Hello everybody, my name is SkillsXKills27 and welcome back to some more Minecraft Agrarians, guys. Now today, today my recording bugged out a lot. I thought I recorded my first take. Apparently I actually didn't. So, I just need to make sure I'm recording because it keeps bugging out on me. But you got a sneak peek there. Today we're doing big reactors, okay? And I just want to explain one quick thing, and then we're going to jump into the episode. And that one quick thing is steel. Okay, now steel, I did do on camera. Well, I thought I was doing it on camera. I actually wasn't because my recording bugged out. But that's what's... So steel, I'll just explain to you now because I don't have any on-camera footage of it. Basically, we created a high oven using scorched bricks. Now, scorched bricks you can receive by taking normal vanilla Minecraft bricks and covering them in seared stone. Now, seared stone, for those of you who don't know, you get from cooking cobblestone in your smeltery. Okay, your normal Tinker's Construct smeltery. You create the scorched bricks, you create your high oven controller along with your high oven drain. You also need to apply a redstone signal for it to work. And what you need to do, it looks complicated, it's not that complicated. You need to put charcoal in here, gunpowder in there, top section, redstone in there, and sand in there. Then you put your iron in the side, it'll start heating up to about 1700 degrees Celsius. That is the point where it'll start melting into molten steel. Now, it'll keep going up and up and up, and the higher it gets, the faster it burns through this iron. And all you really have to do is dump it out over here using this basin kind of thing, right? Just by right-clicking it, you get all the steel you want. Pretty cool. I did end up getting 9 stacks worth of steel, and we used those during the episode, which is pretty cool. So yeah, these are all the materials that I use. I use iron, got the gunpowder, redstone, the charcoal, the sand, and for those of you who are also wondering, you have to have the sand. Okay, the sand, all these materials have to be here. And if you miss out on the sand, or you miss like a second without the sand and something melts, it'll just turn into plain iron. It won't turn into steel. So make sure you do that, because I got 5 blocks worth of iron melted because I forgot, because I was too busy clicking somewhere else, and I never actually refilled the sand. So if you really want to, you can set up an automated system, and you can look into that on the Tinker's Construct forums and wiki pages and stuff. But I really have to go now, guys. I remember I already recorded the episode, so this is just kind of a beginning so that you guys have something to start with. So enjoy the episode. Alright guys, we are back and we are ready to create our beautiful reactor. Hell yeah, let's do it. So I prepared everything we need to make the reactor. I also figured out that in order to create that leadstone jetpack, we actually need a something that we can't really get. We need a leather tunic, and we can't quite get that yet. So we are gonna have to wait before we can get something like that. Sadly, but we can always get the resonant jetpack for our own good being, I guess you would call it, so that we can do whatever we really want to do with it. But for the actual challenge, we won't be able to get that until we get like a cow farm up and running, which we don't have right now. I mean, I killed a few of the cows that we have, but I can't really kill any more because we will run out of cows, it seems, if I kill any more cows than what we already have. So I'm definitely gonna have to be more cautious with what I'm doing with my animals, and the leather will come in the future, I guess. So I'm building a reactor here, and basically I'm using these reactor casings, which take steel, some graphite, some yellorium, stuff like that, and these are going to be used to form our reactor itself, as well as a few other components that are in my inventory that I crafted up. I also created some reactor glass. Now, I wanted to fill in all the walls and the roof and everything out of reactor glass, but crafting reactor glass is actually a lot harder than you'd think. You actually need hardened glass, which needs obsidian, and the obsidian, it just takes time that I have the time to do it, but I don't really like to do it, so, oh well, not a big deal there. So yeah, so what we're going to need here is we're going to need to set up our reactor controller. Bang. We're going to need to set up 2 reactor access ports. Now one to get the cyanite, and one to input the yellorium. Now I'm going to put that on the other side here, and you'll see why once we get into automating this reactor of ours. And this guy is going to be an output. Lit mode. Access port do not accept items from powers and ducts, and eject waste contained in the reactor. Placing ingots in the reactor's access ports. Dump access waste. Okay. Okay, anyway, yeah. And this guy should be our import. So yeah, there we go. Cool. So the yellow means it's an import, and the blue means it's an output. And then over here, we're gonna set up some power taps. Now the power taps, we don't really need, but for now we actually need these, just because we need cyanide anyway. So why would we just produce a bunch of steam? And the steam is very hard to store. So there's no real point in doing it unless we can actually get the steam going. So, yeah, but I would like to now fill up most of this wall. In fact, I'm going to fill up the roof first. Well, actually, no, because I need my reactor walls and stuff. Okay, now I believe we only need the fuel rods either underneath or on top. I think we only need them on top of the yellorium fuel rods themselves, because we got the control rods. I think we only need those on top, I think. Not 100% sure though. So we place these like this in this manner. I also forgot we need 8 diamond blocks for this. Yep. So this design, I got it from somebody that I've been watching for a while. I've been watching him for quite some time now. I've also been told that his reactor design is really nice. So went and checked out his reactor design, and he's got a really nice reactor design producing lots of power. So I definitely want to go with his reactor design, and this is Bevo LJ. Now, many of you may have heard of him. Some of you may not have heard of him. He's obviously a YouTuber, and he makes YouTube videos, obviously. And oh my, are we really? God, we're 1 diamond short. Wow. Like I was saying, Bevo LJ creates this beautiful reactor design. But that won't matter because we're missing a freaking diamond. We're missing 1 diamond. Okay, well, hopefully 71 diamonds wasn't enough. So apparently we're gonna need more than that. So let's go and create the rest of the reactor itself and see how we can do with that. And by the way guys, once this reactor is up, we should be able to tear out all of our lava. Okay, we might most likely we're going to keep our compression dynamos in, because I don't think the dynamos are actually the problem here. I think the problem is the lava, is the crucibles that are being used to make the lava, and the magmatic dynamos which are being used to use the lava. Yeah, so anyway, so we place our diamond blocks in the middle, and what this will fuel rods, their job is to use yellorium to generate heat. And then obviously the heat and then the controllers use that heat to create power. The more fuel rods you have, the better the power, but it also needs to be able to cool down properly, right? And you want it to be hot enough that it's producing tons of power, right? But you don't want it to be too hot that it's forced to slow down because it's too hot. So that's one of the side effects, I would say, of it. But it's, I mean, basically what happens here is you've got your 5 fuel rods which are producing tons of nice power, and then you've got your diamonds which are able to transfer the heat from the fuel rods to each other while still staying cool. And then we're gonna flood it on the outside with enderium and enderium fluid to make sure that everything stays nice and cool. Excuse me. Oh boy, I got the hiccups today. So that's So that's what it's gonna do. Now let's go see if our diamonds are done. Sorry again about the lag, obviously. A big part of it is probably all the torches I have everywhere. I've placed like 10 stacks worth of torches everywhere we go. If I just use illuminators or whatever, then it'd be so much easier, but that's not what I'm about, apparently. Come on. We're missing 1 diamond. 1 diamond. Like one diamond. All we need is 1 diamond. Oh my god. I have to sit here and wait for a diamond to come. Oh my. This is ruining my day. So it's going to be either on the far left or the far right where a diamond will come. Oh boy. That really sucks. Can't believe we don't have any diamonds. I'm very disappointed. I wasted a lot of diamonds actually on our 16 million thing, but even though I know that we won't be able to use it, so oh boy, that sucks. Anyway, so take a look here. Let's take a look. I also hooked up this ME condenser to my bloodwood. So that's why it's going up so fast. Is I told my system to craft like 265,000 blood oak or bloodwood planks, and that way it should be going right now. If we skip through a little bit, there it is. 109,000 we're at. And once that's done, we'll be able to create a singularity, and the singularity we will use to set up what we've got over there, which will allow us to put our yellorium in our stuff, which will be lots of fun. So now while we're waiting for those diamonds, I'm gonna check, see if there's any. Oh, there's our diamond. 1 diamond. Come here, diamond. Wait, what's happened to our diamonds? Thought I was supposed to have 7 diamonds. Okay, so boots. Alright. I think that's everything for now. Okay. Diamonds. I got 2 diamonds. Now, I'm supposed to have... Wonder what happened to our diamonds. Because I'm supposed to have a bunch of diamonds. Like, what did I do with those diamonds? And iron boots aren't moving in because I just got it set to stack mode, and there obviously aren't a stack of boots in there. Alright, well. Well, let's see. What's happening? I'm confused. We're supposed to have 9 diamonds now. We only have 2. I didn't put them in my inventory. Oh, you know what? They might be upstairs. Let's hope they're upstairs. Please tell me they're here. Yes, they are. Beautiful. Lots of people probably like, oh my god, they're upstairs. They're upstairs. Oh my god. Okay. Got it. The last diamond block, so we can get this guy up and running. Not for power quite yet, I don't think. Yes, I know, because we're waiting for a singularity to finish, but it's only got 100k left, and I can go AFK for that if I really wanted to, so not a big deal there. Now I got that. Let's place another piece of reactor glass. Whoa. Boom. And we don't need the reactor glass on the top. As of right now, we don't. I wanted reactor glass at the front, for sure. If it'll let me move. Okay. Reactor glass at the front for sure. And at this side for sure. For sure I want some on this side. Only about 6 of it will be fine. Just so that I can kind of see from this side, kind of thing. Alright, pick it up, please. Thank you. And then it looks like we're going to have a few blocks left in the end to use on the other side, which would be cool. Cool to have. So, that's always nice. Let's do this. Boom, 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 boom. And boom. And then we'll place our reactor casings like that. And I just trapped myself in here, didn't I? Okay, well, let's do this. Alright, so let's get this going. Let's get this back up and running like that. Now what we need to do is place our resident ender buckets. So let's get those placed together. Bam. 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 And only need 16 of them is what I calculated. Shouldn't need any more than that. And resident ender is takes a lot of ender pearls, so definitely be aware of that when you're maybe if you're doing maybe if you're not doing Agrarians, guys, maybe you're doing like a Let's Play world kind of thing. Definitely be aware that this is gonna consume a lot of your resources, like possibly 90 diamonds, close to 90 diamonds. It's actually 70. It should have taken 72 diamonds, I think, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, 72 diamonds sounds right. 72 diamonds, and we had 71, which kind of sucks. So there we go. And just let me fill it in properly. There we go. Alright, it's all filled in with resident ender. Now what we need to do is place in our reactor casings, like so. Come on, man. Seriously? Seriously, you're not gonna work for me. Let's go. Excuse me. Wow, I had to take my headset off for that one. Alright, so let's get this going. But yeah, so while I'm finishing this up, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on with my channel. Okay, now I just registered, basically just applied and registered and everything, got everything suited up. I should now be set up so that I can make money. Now, of course, well, what the internet says is that, ooh, I'm a little bit too many ahead, but anyway. So, what the internet says is that I'm gonna need I'm going to make $5 for every 1,000 views. That's what the internet says. Now that isn't, I don't think that's a good estimate. Now I don't know how much I'm going to be making because it won't update for a week or two, probably. I've got 1,000 views or so on my channel by now, which is nice to have. Not the most popular person in the world, you all know that. But yeah, so just so you guys know that. Alright. So, waste must be manually ejected. Eject can be done from the screen or via Reddit. Waste must be manually ejected. I mean, it's on or off. Do not auto eject waste. Deactivate reactor. He will still generate power and consume coolant until the reactor cools. Okay. Activate reactor. Okay, let's turn it off. Auto eject waste. That's what we want to do. Okay. So while that's working, well, it's not really working. We need to hook up our system to it, our ME system to it, so that it can start running and producing power, and that way I can get rid of all my lava. Now, I think I'm going to do that off camera. Yeah, so I have to wait for a little bit. I'll be back in a moment once I have this all hooked up and set up and everything's good. And we're filling up. Isn't that neat? Alright guys, so I hooked it up. I didn't use the singularities because these guys are expensive. Quantum link chamber, we're gonna need one of these. Which needs flux pearls, which needs ender pearls, and because we spent all our ender pearls on those, and on all the billions of tesseracts that we made, we just can't. I also fell and died because apparently I forgot to build up a little platform here. So I fell, got my stuff, obviously because of my beautiful safety net. But I did die. So that's one heart down that we could have saved. Anyway, so move single items of craft. We got yellorium ingots in here, and it's pulling into the reactor access port. Now this guy is basically just filling it up with yellorium. It's melting it down into the fuel rods, and once this guy's full, we're going to start it up and see what kind of power it can make. Now this guy does have a RF internal buffer, which is that 100? I think it's 100 million, 10 million RF, which is nice. So we got that. I believe, yes, that's 10 million RF. So it will be able to let us know what's going on. Now this guy's fuel reactivity, how heavily irritated the core is. Higher levels of radiation reduce fuel burnup. Okay, so 100% I believe is the best you can get, I hope. Fuel burnup rate, the rate at which fuel is fissioned into waste into the core. So I think this is the rate at which we're losing yellorium ingots. Okay. This is our energy output, obviously, and the core temperature inside the core. Higher temperatures increase fuel burnup, but also increase power output. So, yeah, that's why you also want to keep it cool, but not totally 100% cool. So, yeah. This guy's casing heat. Heat of the reactor's casing. High heat raises energy output and coolant conversion. Core heat. Heat of the reactor's fuel. High heat raises fuel usage. Core heat is transferred to the casing. Transfer rate based on the design of the reactor's interior. Alright, cool. So let's hope that once this guy's full, we can start it running. Let's see what happens. I want to wait for this guy to fill up because we are crafting yellorium ingots at the moment, and what I want to have is like a base of 64 yellorium ingots or something like that. Seems like each one takes up 2.5% of it, each piece, which takes up probably 1,000 milliweights of it. So let us take a look inside here now. Now it's got extra sitting inside here, which is nice. So let's see what happens when we turn it on. You guys ready? Ready to see the amount of power that it's making? Let's see what goes on. Now, it's not supposed to explode. If it does, then oh well. Guess we're gonna have to start over or something. Knock on wood. Alright, let's do it. Ready? Let's turn it on. Boom! Reactor's on. Now. There it goes. So we're producing, whoa, that many thousand RF per tick. 5,000 RF per tick. That's pretty good. Kilo RF per tick. Yeah, 5,000 RF per tick. We're at about 400%. We're using a 0.71 millibuckets per tick. So we're not using it very much. We've got lots of waste. The waste is beginning to go as well. And we've got the temperature is around that temperature. I think we want it to be about 1,000. But look how fast that energy buffer is going up. It's not quite going up at 10,000 per tick, which means we can't run at even one of them with this kind of a reactor. If we wanted to do this reactor, we would need 2 of them to run one of the energy of the drill pre-chargers. So in total, we'll need 8 of these if we were using them pure for energy. Which is why precisely we're not using them for energy. We're using them right now. I'm using it for to gather waste, and then we're going to use it for steam. Okay. Now another one of the big reasons why I'm using it for energy right now. I'm just going to deactivate the reactor. And another big reason for me using it for energy right now is because I want to stop our lava production. See if we'll start getting FPS rates to go up. So this guy's still hot, which means it's still producing power to the point where it gets to the bottom of the power. Alright. 20 degrees C, which seems to be room temperature, I guess. And that's still at the previous amount that it had. Wow, so that was what, like 30 seconds or something? And we almost filled up our energy buffer. That's pretty cool. So what I'm going to want to do is that was producing about 5,000 RF per tick, we could say, right? So that means that, well, really, not that much is happening, okay? Which it basically means that one energy output into one conduit will be able to withstand the amount that we want. So really, it's not that much power, and we don't need that big of a deal to try to keep it sufficient or something like that. So not that big of a deal. So I believe these are probably magmatic. Yep, these are magmatic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of all my magmatic dynamos and all my crucibles and hook up my power to the power system in here, and I guess we'll see what happens. I'll see you then. Oh boy, guys, this is a mess. My recording just bugged out again, so I handed in a reward. All I had to do was manually craft these reactor casings, because I had them auto-crafting before. Got this reward, so I got a full heart, I got a reward bag, and I got some cyanite. Pretty cool. Now we've only got these 2 quests. This one I'm going to do off camera. This one probably off camera too. Alright, so I just want to wrap up the episode quick, because all my episodes lately have been really long. So yeah, so I got that 16 cyanite. In that epic reward bag, I got an advanced drawbridge. And then in the other reward bags, I got some golden lassos before. Remember at the beginning of the episode? Yep, okay. And as well, I hooked up a tesseract to my big reactors. So I've got it running now at full speed. What I would like to have is, what I'll probably work on off camera is I'll work on a setting so that I can have this guy turn on. I'll have this guy turn on when when the buffer is empty, and turn off when the buffer is full, because the buffer is full right now and it's still running at maximum speed. So like what I would like to do is just have it turn off. The energy will go down, not very quickly, and then once it's empty, then it turns on again, kind of thing, is what I would like to have. Because it's kind of a waste of yellowing to keep this energy going, especially when we're not using up that much energy. So, I mean, I'm going to keep it on for now, simply because I want to be producing this waste. Ooh, we're down to 88, which means we got at least 1 bucket of waste. That's good. So let's see what kind of things we got inputting, because it obviously, if we've only got 1, if it went down from the 1,000, because it was at like 500 last time I checked. So it must have turned into a cyanide ingot. So let's take a look. Let's see, do we have a cyanide? No, we don't. Oh boy. Do we have like an ingot of some sort? Cyanide. 16 plutonium. Oh boy, that's not good. Let's see. Let me see if we have any. It might just say that we've got like a bucket of waste that we have to now turn in. That would stink, actually. I haven't actually looked at this yet. I have to go around the back because the tesseract is in the way. Let's see. It's not saying anything. Eject waste. It's at outlet mode. Will not accept items from pipes. Will eject ingots to pipes or ducts. Ejects waste contained in the shift. Dump access waste. It should have imported it into the system. Not quite sure what it imported then if it got waste. Might have imported like a waste bucket or something. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'll have to look at that off camera. But yeah, so what I did was I got rid of my magmatic dynamos, and I got rid of all those crucibles that we had. Remember, we had like 1,000 freaking crucibles everywhere we went. Every which way we went. Yeah, they're all gone. And my FPS, still not the best, but it's better than it was for sure. This is the tesseract that I hooked up on energy. I've got it set up to something called pure power. I created that new one just for the reactor power. And that one's going to also carry the reactor power for our other things. What else did I do? I didn't do much. What I will do off camera is I'm going to set up a nice bigger area with grinders so that I can get more mob essence. Because, like, obviously this thing over here, it works. Like, those mobs spawning and everything, and they're being killed quite fine by my machine. Or not. For some reason they're like up or down or something. Huh. Maybe they're already dead. No, there goes it updated. They're dead already. So yeah, I want to get more mob essence because, as you can see, our mob essence is slowly going down over there, so I want to get that going. So I'll do that off camera though. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below. That's my challenge for you. I really want you guys to interact with me. Tell me what the heck is going on. Tell me what you guys are doing. Tell me what is up with your life. Let me know if you like my videos. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever you want to say. I really don't care. Just let me know. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know. And I just wanted to do one last thing. Right. Something that I meant to do in the first place. That's the whole reason why I went back. And I never actually checked. So let's take a look. Let me get in here, please. Let me inside. Lag is still pretty bad, but oh well. Now, what I wanted to do is go right to the bottom and see what we got from that waste. What did that waste give us? Alright, so we got these things. We got, what's this? A tank full of something. Probably sludge of some sort or something like that. What else do we have here? We got some saplings. Willow sapling and a tigerwood sapling. Pretty cool. But nothing too big of a deal. Ooh, what's this? Maple sapling. I like maple. Okay, we got one leather. That's from killing that guy. Okay. What types of waste do we have, maybe? I don't think that was I don't think it worked. I wonder what it's doing with the waste. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to end the episode off here, guys. Thanks for watching. But I'm just going to remove the import bus, and then we'll leave. Alright? So that way, it will sit in there once it's got a millibucket, or 1,000 millibuckets worth of waste. So, yeah. Oh, no, you know what? You know what might have happened? Maybe when I turned off the reactor, it got rid of all my waste. I don't know. Hope that's not what the case was. Let's see. We're at 311 millibuckets worth of waste. And it's slowly going up, which is pretty cool. These guys can go so much higher. But who really cares? It's good enough. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.